Hi everyone and welcome to today's Cook and Clean with me. This was recorded on a Saturday, so this is our typical Saturday afternoon when my kids get back home after their school on Saturday, where they go for a few hours for a Polish school. And this is where I usually clean the house and cook our dinner. So this is how the house typically looks like on Saturday morning. Just a bunch of clutter with groceries being brought in and backpacks and just random stuff. And on my list is basically to declutter and clean up the main living space in our house. And I do like to start with the kitchen, get that squared away so when I am ready to cook dinner, I can actually cook in a clean kitchen. If you are new here, hi, my name is Marta and welcome to my channel. The content I create is to help you create a life balance version that works for you so you feel fulfilled and you do not experience that money guilt. So you will see a lot of discussions on different areas of our lives that we need to keep track of as busy working moms, and a lot of things about organizing, routines, decluttering, and implementing different systems into our household to make things run smoother. So we spend less time on things that we have to do and more time on things that we actually enjoy doing. I hope you find this video motivational and that it gives you just a little look inside of what I do on the weekends to prepare for the week ahead. So Saturdays are usually the days where I clean and Sundays are the days when I do some food prep. So if you want to see some previous videos, I'm going to link them down below so you can take a look. So the idea, of course, is not for you to copy what I do, what my schedule and routines look like, but for you to find some inspiration and for you to find what works best for your household. That way, you can find your version of that life balance that I talked about at the beginning, and you don't feel so stressed out and rushed and overwhelmed with all the responsibilities that we do have as working moms. So tell me in the comments, what do you like to do during the weekends to get yourself set up for the week ahead? And as I was cleaning in the kitchen, my daughter decided that she needed to do some exercise. So she's brought in some of my exercise equipment and her little weights. And my son was keeping himself occupied by drawing. So then I moved on to cleaning all the surfaces in the living area. So like the cabinet, the table, the TV stand, and then the dining room table. And usually at some point, my daughter and my son will come in and help me with dusting. This particular day, my son was so into his drawing and writing that he did not find it interesting. So you're gonna see that it's mainly my daughter who wanted to help out. And while I love my kids to help out, you're gonna see in a second how that sometimes creates more work. But we just had to laugh it off because, I mean, what else can you do? It was just some pieces of magnets that needed to be cleaned up. And one of the things that I usually do on the weekend is, you can see on the dining room table there is just a lot of like art projects, and my son is into like creating little books for himself. So I try to organize it a little bit and put it in different binders, so it's not on the dining room table, but I will usually wait until the end of the week so he can participate in that process and tell me exactly what needs to go where. And like I said before, I wanted to make sure that the kitchen area was clean before cooking dinner. So this is me just making sure the dishes were washed. A lot of them needed to be washed by hand. So I also took that opportunity to wash the sink as well. So this is about 1 hour into the cleaning. So we have some fish defrosting. My husband, as you can see, is working on changing the wheels on the car in the garage. The dishes are washed and I am starting to cook dinner. And dinner was very easy that day. It was basically mashed potatoes with some baked salmon and cauliflower. So as I was getting the dinner ready, I had to stop and take a little snap of what the kids were doing because my daughter hid herself, so she always asks for an ice pack, and I find it always so cute that my son is the first one to run to the fridge, grab it, and give it to her. And the way I prep salmon is very easy. I just put a little bit of butter on the bottom, season the salmon with salt and garlic, and put butter on top and a little lemon juice. Vacuuming is always a whole production in our house. The kids usually go play in their playroom, But my dogs absolutely hate the vacuum cleaner, so they just run around, try to chase it, or just keep barking the entire time I am vacuuming. So always an adventure. And mopping the floor is also an activity that my kids like to help out with. They're not doing a very good job with it, but I do let them because I am not going to say no to any kind of help. And the last thing on my to-do list was to fold a second load of laundry for the day. What I didn't record was me cleaning the bathroom and cooking some tomato soup for the kids, simply because my battery died. So I decided not to wait for the battery to charge, but to just keep working. And that is all I had for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. As you can see, this took about 2.5 hours. The dinner is ready to go to be cooked. The soup is ready, it just needs to be blended later on. The dishes were nice and washed. And the house was basically cleaned. There was just some laundry I needed to put away. And this is really what I like my house to be at the end of the weekend, so the weeks are less stressful. And of course I needed to cross everything off because I just find it fun and very satisfying to cross off the things on my to-do list. And the last shot I wanted to show you is just that my office still needed to be picked up on a desk area. That seems to be always the problem. And of course, as you are cleaning, the kids have to be preoccupied. So this is the playroom. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.